You're listening to the Business Confidence Podcast, where I give you a confidence hack that will change your life. I'm your host, Tanya Davis. Today's business confidence hack is by far the simplest and yet the most impactful thing you can do to immediately raise your confidence. But here's the secret. Most people don't do it when they need to do it. And we know for these hacks to work, you actually have to do something. You have to do the hack for the hack to work. And the hack that I'm talking about today, the simple and impactful action that can quite literally change your life, if you do it, is a smile. Now stay with me. I know what you're probably thinking. You're thinking, I don't feel like smiling. What happens when I don't feel like smiling? Because I've had a terrible day or a terrible week or a terrible month. So remember when I said it's simple and impactful? It is simple and impactful, but it's not easy. But for it to work, we still have to do it. So I'm going to give you 3 really good reasons why you need to smile more to raise your confidence and change your life. Okay, so number 1, the action of smiling releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin into our brains. These are feel good hormones, and our stress levels are also reduced. This is science. It's been proven a million times over. But what's amazing is that it doesn't matter how you're feeling before you start smiling. So maybe you're feeling terrible, but as long as you force yourself to smile, those feel good hormones are still released. So when you say to yourself, I don't feel like smiling, my boss is in a bad mood today, I'm stressed because I'm late on some work deadlines, this is when you need to smile more than ever. I'll give you an example of how I use this hack and how powerful it can be, even beyond what I've already explained. I like to compete in half marathons, and I am not the fastest runner, not even close. But I like to compete against myself and try to improve my finishing time. But around mile 10, so 13.1 miles is a half marathon, at mile 10 is when things start to fall apart for me. My back starts hurting, my knees are aching, my feet are burning. The last 3.1 miles feel like 300 miles. What I learned to do over the years, I mean, many years ago, I started this. I forced myself to smile through the last 3.1 miles. And yes, I imagine I look pretty darn funny running with a huge smile on my face. But you need to understand that this hack works. It helps me like nothing else can at that time. I finish the race and I usually beat my own time. In this case, like smiling has not just made my mental state better, like we talked about, it actually makes me feel physically better. The discomfort I'm feeling in my back and my knees and my feet, it lessens, it diminishes. And the smiling that we're talking about right now, you can do by yourself. No one else has to be around. However, if other people are around, that's a huge bonus. And it's the second reason why smiling will increase your confidence and change your life. It's the effect the smile has on other people, which then gets bounced back to you. So when someone smiles at you, you receive a combination of 3 feelings. You feel safe and secure, you feel comfortable, and you feel validated. And if you feel safe and secure and comfortable and validated, yes, You guessed it, you feel more confident. How do you get someone to smile at you so you can have these fabulous feelings and be more confident? You smile at them first. By smiling at someone, you do what we talked about in number one and release those feel good hormones and reduce your stress. And then someone returns the smile and you feel even more confident. Let's jump back to my example about running. What do you think happens when other runners look at me and they see me smiling? They smile back. And then I feel even better. And so it continues like crazy for 3.1 miles. But because this is a business confidence hack, I want to give a different example that relates to business. When I started teaching communication skills over 25 years ago, I was living and working in Japan. I did not speak Japanese, and very few people around me spoke English. I was trained well, but I was new to the profession and I was terrified every time I went into a training session with my students. Because of the language barrier, all I could think to do was smile a lot. I was sure they knew how nervous I was, so I tried to hide it behind a smile. But 1 week after I started working, my manager told me that my students reported to her how happy they were to be learning from me and how professional and kind I was. And at first, truly, I didn't believe her. I thought she was making it up to make me feel better. And she saw that I was doubting her. So she handed me the written surveys that the students had filled out and given to her. So it was real. And I said to her, but I've been so nervous all week. And she just looked at me and said, and I'll never forget this, she said, but you're always smiling. You seem so relaxed. In other words, I also seemed confident. Since that time, I've never forgotten how a simple smile can make you appear more confident. And so here it is, the last number 3 reason that smile increases your confidence. When you smile, you appear more confident to others. Therefore, not only do you feel more confident, you look more confident, as I just described about my experience in Japan. So how can this hack, how can smiling change your life? You might say, Tanya, that seems a little far-fetched, a bit of an exaggeration. Well, let's take an actual example. So let's say you're feeling more confident and you appear more confident because you've increased how much you smile every day for several days. That extra confidence you feel leads you to ask your boss for that high-profile project that you want to lead. And because you look more confident, your boss says yes. Imagine that working on this project means that you will have an opportunity to demonstrate your skills and your knowledge and to meet people you would never have met had you not been chosen for that project. Perhaps one of those people are looking for someone to run their new branch in another city or another country. Or maybe your boss really loves your work and offers you a promotion. Confidence brings opportunity, and smiling brings you confidence. So your CTA for today, there's always a call to action at the end of our hacks. So today, your CTA, right now, when this podcast is over, is to spend 30 seconds by yourself smiling. This will raise your confidence and lower your stress. Then leave your office or wherever you are and find someone to smile at. Do this purposefully, intentionally, at least 5 times today and every day this week. See how you feel after doing this for a whole week. And remember, it doesn't matter if you don't feel like smiling. The most important time to do it is when you don't feel like it. Because when you do feel good, you're smiling anyway, unconsciously, no effort. Remember, these hacks work, but you have to put them into action. And that's our business confidence hack for today. Thanks for joining me. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode and a chance to increase your confidence and change your life. Bye for now.